Also makes some great Syrah. This Syrah is actually coming from another region. This is coming from the Santa Lucia Highlands. This is 2005. Santa Lucia is down Southern California, near Salinas. The Salinas River comes in, and there's a flat there, which is actually a very warm farming region. I mean, remember, this is where they come over in Salinas is John Steinbeck's sort of town that he writes about all the time. But along the mountainside, there's quite steep sides that get really cool breezes coming in off the Pacific that constantly chill the vineyards. So you get hillside fruit, which for Syrah is really advantageous, and maybe we'll get into that, maybe we won't, let's see. And a cool breeze that kind of constantly makes him work and struggle, so you get really good skins on these wines. Small berries. This is the 05 Syrah. Let's give it a whirl. First thing you notice off of it, I don't know how well this will come out, the beautiful purple color. I mean, really, a little bit of red, but really nice purple color, which is cool. Now, I've had this wine open since about 2 o'clock. It's around 8 o'clock, so 6 hours, sloshing around a little bit in the back of the car, so it's gotten a good amount of air. When you first open this wine, you get this beautiful candied violet. I mean, if you've ever had like violet, those, what are those old school cough drops? Adams, I think. And they have like a crushed violet one. And you get almost that sort of candy. A lot of minerality. It smells like crushed rocks in there. Sweet ones, candy a little bit. Candy studded rocks. Rock candy maybe mixed in with the stones. And a little undercurrent of pipe tobacco, and yeah, a sort of nice, plain, not cherry pipe tobacco, but really nice sort of pipe tobacco. It was a lovely intro. Now it's opened up a little bit more, right? And you get more of a dark coffee. Not over roasted, like a medium roast, really nice coffee. Brandied cherries. I made some brandied cherries the other day, and there's actually some blueberries in there, and it reminds me of that. With clove and cardamom and what else did I put in there? It was made with Ricard, which is an anise flavored liqueur. So that was the... Anyways, I'm getting a little bit of all of that. Obviously, there's this is influenced by the dessert I made the other night. So if you don't get all that, no big deal. It's my head. Yeah, you get a little bit of a cola note. Oh, and clearly some peppercorns, whole peppercorns. You pick the color, whatever you want, you'll find it. All right, let's give it a taste. Let me give it one more. It's tough work. You get a beautiful cherry cola sort of element, but not sweet. Almost if you had a bitters. Orange bitters. I love bitters in cocktails, Peychaud, even just a little bitters and soda. Good cure for an upset stomach. One of the things I've learned working with bartenders. And you get an orange bitters component, obviously on that beautiful orange peel. There's a really sweet earthiness to this wine. I mean, almost like biting a little bit of like turf with grass, sort of like sweet and fresh earthiness to the wine that's delicious. And this, with food, I had a Moroccan beef stew. Actually, it was beef tongue that I had stewed with some Moroccan, some chickpeas, some tomatoes, a little cranberries I had put in there for a little sweet and sour action. There's a clear meatiness to this wine. That the tannins are very elegant and smooth around the sides of the palate, which is very nice. I mean, there's a lot of acid lifting this whole wine up, and it kind of lifts the tannins and comes in perfect balance with the tannins. There's, you can feel a little bit of the oak, of like the toastiness on the back, but it's very balanced in there. It just adds another element of wine. It helps fill out. Syrah can sometimes be a little bit soft on the back end of the palate, I found. Depends where it's made. I think when it's riper, it tends to be more the front of the mouth and sides, the middle part of the palate. The finish is where they, the men step ahead of the boys. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. And you get that nice little bit of pepper at the finish, which would make it really food friendly. So I would highly recommend this for, well, it's an outstanding value. It's a well priced wine, I think. And this, I think, drinks well. It's $35 is its suggested retail. Drinking a lot of $30-some Syrahs would be really an outstanding value compared to anywhere in the world. You could drink from the Rhone. You could be drinking really good, like top-level Aussie Syrah Shiraz, not the over-jammy stuff. There's a lot of really good, deep, serious, old school, not necessarily old world, but old school sort of Syrahs that are worth trying from Australia. So don't typify them. Don't put them in a box. Yeah, good shit. So thank you for watching me again. Thank you for being supportive of me and being a friend. Cheers.